All right, so it's no secret that I love featuring different things on How Do You Hot Rod. Now, if you take a look back at some of the old videos, you'll see I did an all racing episode back in 2021. In it, I included this truck right behind me, Larry, and the Black Pearl, right?
Correct.
Well, it's gone through some changes since then, so I had to come back out, visit him in North Idaho, and find out all about it. Larry, good to see you again, man.
Nice to meet you, Randy.
So, what all have we done to the Black Pearl since the last time? So it's been a while. So
oh yeah, it's been a little while.
Might be a big list.
So the most important thing that's really been done to this is the stickers on the fender. I know a lot of guys, you know, they're like, why? Well, this old guys, we know.
20 horsepower, 40 more,
yep,
60.
Every little thing boosted the horsepower on this truck. And some are just because, you know, like veterans, you know, got to support everybody, you know. Some of the races I go to.
Yeah?
Yeah, it just looks cool.
Nice. And I noticed this sticker here is really different.
Yeah, isn't that one?
Where did you have that one made?
So that's custom. We made it. We make them ourselves. And what the deal is I was going to the races and my exhaust was coming straight out before. And they said, no, we're worried that if it glows, kaput, blows up, you know, implodes, whatever it does, that the valves are going to come out this hole because it's so big. So I had to put a little 90 in there. And so now it has a little 90 and it comes more straighter out of the truck. But other than that, it was just all technical stuff that you got to do to keep the race guys happy. So.
Okay. And then what are you running for an engine in there?
So now I'm still with the 454. This one's had a little modifications. I upgraded the cam. So it's got a pretty big cam in it. It's like 668. We'll go with that. And then I had issues right after the show. I actually cupped all 16 valves in my engine.
Oh, jeez.
When you over rev these, which turns out $9,000 is too much for a big block Chevy. Who would have known, you know? It's got to give somewhere. So mine just literally pulled every single valve up into the engine. You know, just pushed it up into the head. So I had the whole heads rebuilt completely by my head guy in Spokane. He's on Francis, really good guy. Literally just says heads on the front of his shop. I've known his dad forever. Now the son runs it, and yeah, he did an excellent job. I've already put it through some of the meanest tests I could, and it held up great. So
nice. And then what are you backing it with for a transmission to put up with all the power?
Okay, so yeah, that's an interesting question because now I'm running a 2-speed power glide, and so it has 2 speeds, you know, go and hold on for dear life is really the only way to explain it, because if you watch the video that he shot earlier, you can see where I shift into second. And the first time it falls on its face, but then as soon as I hit the gas, then it changes its mind and takes off. So it needs a lot of fuel. The fuel pump that I have in there is 160 gallons an hour.
Whoa.
So what I just did out there probably took a whole gallon of fuel. That little run.
All right, I gotta think I got $4 on me here.
Yeah, there we go. You wish. So I gassed up race fuel after the last show I did at Elk Chatteroy school, grade school, and I went down to the local place that has on-demand fuel, race fuel in this big tank. And I pull up there and I jump up in the back, you know, put the hose all the way up in there, fill it up, 5 gallons, $79.
Oh man.
And that's cheap. I was paying $109 for the same 5 gallons, because it's bulk, it's cheaper. So yeah, it's not cheap. Nope. And man, that's only 110. That's 110 race fuel, and I like 126.
Really?
That's my favorite. It's got more oil in it, and it's made for the NOS, so it lubricates better.
Okay.
You know, you get a little more performance out of it. You know, you probably get 5, maybe 10 horsepower more when you're running the higher octane.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm actually running, so you can probably still see it because it's sticking above there. So that's a 1050 double pumper. Yeah, it pumps a lot of fuel.
Up there.
Yep, underneath the tube. See that tube? That keeps all the dust, mud out of it. It goes through the cab there, right in the middle, dead center, best place I can get it, runs up and feeds the air cleaner.
Okay.
But that carburetor, it pumps out unbeknownst to me, 2 gallons in less than 15 seconds.
Whoa.
Because I went to start it, my floats were sticking, and it flooded my oil, my oil pan with the gas.
Wow.
Thank God it really didn't start, because 2 gallons of gas mixed in with that oil would have sent the whole top of that engine up in the air a long way.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I got lucky it didn't start. So I just got towed back onto my trailer, and I still took the headline. The title reads, "The photographer's name is with Larry Fairfax and 7 others," and I never even went through the mud hole.
So, I gotta ask, how long you been racing?
So,
overall,
legally racing, maybe 25, 30 years, maybe 40. But I've been racing on the streets down on Riverside Avenue, where all of us raced, since I was 16. That was in 1976, people. I am old.
Have you been doing, is it mostly off-road mudding, or?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. That was really, I mean,
stuff?
I used to do cars because I lived in the city. You know, I had a 69 Chevelle, 66 Chevelle, an LTD. I mean, everything I could find with big blocks, you know. My dad's 74, Ford, 4-wheel drive. You know how those things are jacked up in the air? I took out that 360 and put a 390 in it. You know, it was just one of those things, you know. I raced anything I could. Bikes, it didn't matter. Go-karts, whatever I could race. And then one day I moved out here and started logging, about 1988, and I got this thing you call a crummy. It was for going back and forth up to the job. You hauled the guys up there. Well, it rolled, and so I cut the roof off and I turned it into a little 4-wheeler, and it was a Mazda pickup, and I put these paddle tires on it, and I would show up to the event like that, and they all freak out. Oh my God, he's got paddles. It must be unlimited horsepower. And I was the slowest guy there every time. So it was kind of like one of the known jokes, oh, Larry's here, we're all in trouble now. We've been waiting 15 minutes for him to get through that mud.
All right. So, and then it progressively got bigger and more horsepower. And...
Yeah, it just seems like it worked out, First, my son got in an accident with his Blazer. They hit the rear end, so I used that for years. Stock engine, transmission, ran that forever. Bogs for Dog, Big Al's, all over the place. Anywhere we could go, Devil's Ridge. We went all over the place. And then, my friend, his father passed away, and he needed to sell this truck on Christmas Eve. So I went in, picked it up for $500, drove it on my trailer, and brought it home. And since then, it's very few modifications. When I got it, most of the lift, all that stuff was all done.
Really?
All I had to do was pull out the old engine, which I sold, got my $500 back, and I slapped in the first big engine I could, which was my 355 is what first went in there.
All right, so there's things about mud trucks and rigs that go out and get dirty and muddy and water in them that you don't see normally on the road. So tell me about why you have your batteries in here, why you have 3 of them.
So what it is, I don't have an alternator.
Okay.
So that's why there's only one belt on the front end, and it goes to my power steering, which seems to be the most important thing I could have is steering.
Okay.
So the 3 batteries, it turns out it takes a lot of cranking amps to turn over this engine.
Okay.
So that's why I run the 3 batteries in unison, and these are all brand new just this year because they, very seldom do they get more than a year out of them.
Wow.
And then these are only the 3 batteries. I actually have 1 or 2 in the back that run the fan too. Like brand new fire extinguisher, I update it every single year. Of course, the NOS bottle, we got to have that, And of course, the helmet, I've got a neck brace now. And then if you look carefully in there, you can see my shifter. So this is for the trans brake right here, this little button. If without it, I can't back up. I have no reverse because I have a trans brake inside my transmission. So when I go to reverse, I put it in reverse mode, and then I push on that button, and it allows me to go back. And that's why I only have one arm to steer with. And it's really hard to, when this thing gets cranked, it just fights you the whole time. This is the NOS. And now I've rigged them up, so I'm not running just the direct ejection, but now I'm running the Punisher tubes and the direct injection on that one shot. Now I've only had to shoot NOS once, and it was because I was playing around, because I only had 70 pounds of compression, and I went up to Northport, you know, because they love seeing me up there. I ran the NOS for the first time up there, and in the videos, my grandson, first this lady goes, "Oh, something's wrong with this truck. He's blowing out something out the top of the truck." And my grandson goes, "Nope, Grandpa's been waiting a long time. That's his NOS." And before that came out of his mouth, I launched, and my truck coated everybody in the crowd. Only one person had enough smarts to grab their kid, turn like this, and get drenched. It was the best day of my life. I mean, I got to shoot that NOS like 5 times that day till it died. So it was awesome.
Wow.
And I mean, this thing has so much power with that NOS. And that was so amazing with that little bit of compression, you know. I mean, we're talking 160 pounds most of the time compression. Yeah. So it's a huge difference. It scared him in qualifying. So he sold it to me. I did videos on this. This has stuff in it that is so far above my pay grade, it's not funny.
What is it?
It's a 350.
Okay.
They're built for 30 pounds of boost. Everything else is just unreal, the stuff that they did. I mean, I'll take some more pictures, yeah, because I could hook the valve covers down and show you, but I mean, we're talking stuff that nobody's seen in years. These guys were old school and they just did it right. So.
Cool.
But yeah, this puppy, she's going to be a little fast. Everything in it is done way professional. If you look at this front end, that's actually a rear end that was converted into a front end. So yeah, it's got all this conceal all the way up, totally enclosed. I've got a little toy that's going to go in it. It's going to produce a little bit of power. My son's got that for me for Christmas. And I've got a scatter shield for it, and I've got a blanket for my transmission too, because I don't want to get cut in half, guys. You know, it's a real thing. Those transmissions explode, that flywheel goes wherever it decides is the easiest way, so make it so it's down. That's what you want to do, guys.
What tires we got on here right now?
So these came with it. There's some tractor tires that have been cut all the way down to the cords, so they're probably pretty lightweight. Aluminum wheels, you know, everything that you can strip down for weight has been stripped pretty much off of this thing. It's got custom suspension. If you peek down there, it's kind of a really different suspension. See how the rear end is? It's all set up totally different. It's almost like backwards of the old traction bars. Remember?
Yep.
They look like.
And then in the back, obviously you got to have that toe strap, right? In case you don't make it all the way through, they can pull it back out.
And that's exactly what it is. This is to get towed out in case you don't make it through, which I did use it once.
Huh?
I admit that. So, and see, I zip tie it up there so it stays there.
Okay.
This is mostly just rides around and it's for looks. I've been places where most trucks just can't even think about going.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these trucks are as tall as my cab, their tires, and I still go the same places they do. So.
Then you got your fuel cell,
Yep.
your radiator and fans.
Yep, and we did upgrade that last year to a larger radiator.
Okay.
The dual fans on it because it wasn't quite cooling down enough, you know. Now it seems to be working really good for cooling it. So.
Good.
And then there's the other 2 batteries I was talking about right over there. And those run just that fans. That's all they do.
Okay.
So and they have the charger built, well not built, but plugged right onto them. And then I do the same thing in the cab. I plug in those batteries and this battery, and then they're all on the charger. I actually took it off before you got here, so.
Nice.
And you can obviously see this is the captain's corner. That would be me. I actually had that right here. But every time they would try to come up and push on the back of me, you know, to load me or anything like that, they would hit that, so I moved it.
Fill me in. Where did you come up with the black pearl for it?
So back in like 1984, there was that thing with... the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
And it could have been wrong, could have been 86, you know, the years, they went by too fast. So what happened was, when I seen that, I love that name, Black Pearl. So that plaque that you see up there, see it says GMC? Because that's off a GMC Blazer.
Okay.
A 1979 Chevy Blazer. And that was my original name, Black Pearl, that I put on there back in, like I said, it's like 84 or something, like 86. And so that's when I named my truck the original Black Pearl. And then I just transferred it to this new truck, which was actually yellow when I got it. So I had to paint it black because I didn't want to be the yellow pearl. That just didn't seem right. So
Pink yellow pearl. It doesn't have the right sound.
yeah,
to it.
it just didn't. So yeah, I painted it black, and that's the story of the black pearl.
Well, now you got to get some sort of little mast set up with a little sail on the back here.
Right, and then take it through like that. Well, that's why I put the flag on there usually, you know, and it blows, you know, for a second, and then covered with mud, it just hangs straight down, you know.
How often do you go through the gears and everything and clean everything out,
right,
redo the oil and everything?
So certain things you have to do more. Obviously, the transmission, you just check the fluid. If it looks like it's even getting the slightest bit dull, I drop it.
Okay.
The rear end and front end, technically, you're supposed to go every single race, drop it, and clean it out. If I have one race one weekend, another race another weekend, and I'm still running and I loaded it up on the trailer, I don't do that. I admit I should, but I don't. So I might even run the same engine oil. Very seldom do I do that, but once in a while I do.
Okay.
I run the same engine oil if, you know, maybe you only get one run in or something, or two, like at Moses Lake you get, you know. I'm sure some of the video up there will show you how hard I have to fight to turn this thing in. Even with the power steering, it's just, I need hydraulic steering. And one of these days, somebody's going to come up to me and say, Larry, come on, let's get you fixed up. So I'm waiting for that.
All right, so any sponsors out there that want to help him out with some hydraulic power steering, you get a hold of him.
Yeah, well, I'd appreciate it, let me tell you, you know, and I'll take you to the event, and I'll buy you dinner, I'll buy your pass in there, whatever you want. If you got a sticker or something you want to put on the side of my truck. I have these two huge fenders right there that are blank for a reason. Whoever decides to sponsor me for a decent amount, you know, it's not cheap running this truck, they can put their name on both sides of my truck.
So Larry Fairfax, how do you hot rod?
Pedal to the metal in everything. Not just this. I have a Jaguar, a Harley Davidson, a brand new 2024 truck with 470 horsepower, 974 foot-pounds to the rear tire. So when I take this to the mud box, I go in style, guys. Nobody passes me on the way there or on the way home. So
nice.
Kind of cool.
Well, Larry, thank you very much. Good seeing you again.
Nice seeing you, Randy.
Now that we're up here in North Idaho, maybe we're going to go run up to Sandpoint.
Cool. You have fun. That's a good place to go.
So is that how you hot rod?
That's how I hot rod. Yeah.
All right. So make sure you go subscribe, like it, share some videos, and go find Larry on there. What was that again?
That's Larry Fairfax's Mud Truck on YouTube. And I'm
that's
all over the place.
YouTube. Or is it this way? I don't know. It's backwards.
You'll find it. Just start punching in my name and you'll either see my truck or me or some crazy thing that I did. So.
Thanks for watching. If you have something interesting that you want to have featured on the show, contact me at howdoyouhotrod@yahoo.com.